under this blue, let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Middles FC, let's have it right, Middles FC. Love it.
Oi, Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.
Let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Middles FC. Big up to every single one of you in here tonight. A little bit late, but as you know, the lateness is the greatness, and we're going to land the minerals tonight, as we always do every show. Let's have it right. First and foremost, guys, I want you to smash to pieces the like button. If you haven't liked the stream already, like the stream. Let's push it out there. Let's land it. Hit the notifications button as well, because obviously it helps you know when I'm putting videos out and just content generally. And we got the Minerals FC membership scheme, which is in the chat recently and also down below in the description, guys. So if you want to be part of the Minerals FC community, feel free. Big up to all my members in here as well. You know who you are. I know who you are. Let's have it right. But yeah, smash the like button. Now, before we do anything, before we go into anything about Chelsea, the first and foremost thing we're going to do on the Minerals FC is going to respect a legend in the game, not just at Chelsea, but in football, a legend of a human being, a great player for Chelsea, sort of like I see him. I mean, I was fortunate enough to see him. He was one of my favourite players with like Zola and that. And I think this player is so sad that a player of this magnitude goes at such a young age with so much more to offer in I'm sure what he wanted to achieve in his life and to leave his family. It's very sad news, and we have to show our respects, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a minute silence for the legend Luca Vialli, and we're going to start that. We're going to start that in honor, and I want every single one of you in the chat, whoever's in here, I want you to either put a comment for Luca, hearts, whatever it may be, to send your love and prayers to a legend, and our legend at Chelsea as well. Let's have it right. He was the start of him coming to Chelsea with Luca Di Matteo, with Gianfranco Di Matteo. It was like that started something special at Chelsea pre-Roman, and that can never be forgotten. And what he won with us, what he achieved with us, and he loved us, and he loved Chelsea. So we're going to show our love to Luca. Let's have it right. Up Luca Vialli. I got a special thing here. This was given to me. My old man had the pleasure to meet him. I got a signed picture of Luca. I tweeted that out today, but something very special for me, and I'm very, very proud to have that. Unfortunately, I was never honoured to meet him, but this is close enough for me. And let's do our minute silence, guys, for the GOAT himself. Big up to every single one of you in here. And we're going to start it. We're going to start it right in about literally 10 seconds, guys. We're going to do that minute silence and show our respects. Let's go. That's quality. Big up, guys. Rest in peace, Luca. We all love you, and all our thoughts and prayers go out to your family. And we hope that they stay strong in this horrible period of time. You know, it's just shocking, really, when you're so young. This is what I'm saying, guys. Life is too short. We need to take life day by day, day by day, and enjoy every minute of every day, and live life to the fullest. And we've heard a lot of people say some fantastic stuff about Luca. The tributes have been immense, and just applaud him. Just applaud him. A legend, absolute legend. So yeah, rest in peace. And it's pinned in a live chat, guys. If you're new in here, put all your messages in there. We'll put it up, no problem. But big up, guys. Big up to all you guys in here. I had to start off like that because it's just so sad, mate. It's so sad. It really is. What I'll tell you what, we need a player like Luca Vialli at Chelsea right now. Let's have it right. We really do. We really do need a player like that at Chelsea. Poacher, skillful, strong, played for the badge. Let's have it right. Clutch, passionate, professional, swag, style, everything. He was just class for Chelsea. Class for Chelsea. But yeah, we'll move on away from that. Even got some flowers here. Look at this. Got some flowers for Luca there as well. Let's have it right. I couldn't go up to the bridge today because of work, and I would have loved to, and I will do, and I will go and lay down some flowers for the legend. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be done, really. If you get the opportunity, guys, go and do that. Go and do that. Anyone who's in London or whatever, if you can do it, or next game, whatever. So, guys, we've got a great show tonight. Big up to everyone in here. So Chelsea Old Boys is back in the game. Let's have it right. Big up to Chelsea Old Boys. Big up to every single one of you in here. Let's say it how it is. We see things they'll never see. We are the biggest club in London. We know we're going through a bit of a rocky ride at the minute. And our emotions are extremely high. Yeah. Our emotions extremely high. Last two streams, I've just let rip and landed it. Not on how I feel, But we're going to talk about the game. We're going to talk about some of these brown envelopes as per. We know what we do with that. I have to get into the game, really. Was at the bridge last night, and how can I put this? I had no expectation in this game. I had no real main expectation. Hold on, before I get into it, let me big up everyone in here. Alex, Joseph's in here. Lovely to see you. Lovely touch, guys. Indefinite, Corey, Nutty Blue, Big Ron, Blue Line Orbital. Big up to you. Chelsea number one. Ludovic, Mixter Minerals Medina. We got Daniel in here. Mohit in here. Daz, Fatters in here. Hannah's in here. Francis is in here. Dino, JP. Obviously, my Chelsea Old Boys geezer. Big up to you. Nutty Blue, Big Ron, Top Bins, Manny's in here, British Patriot, Mitchy Boy. Everyone's in here, guys. Big up to all you guys in here. Big up to every single one of you. Steve Bernardi's in here. Foot Outlaw, Cursor. I don't want to miss anyone out, guys. You're all loyal Minerals FC. Chelsea Blue and Blue. All of you, Gavman, the Freezy, Johnny, Shrinef, Bobby Fairview. Everyone's in here, bruv. Everyone. Well, listen, big up to every single one of you. Let's get into it. Alex as well. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you ain't subscribed, if you're new in here. We know there's some games going on. We don't give a shit. But big up to every single one of you. Every single one of you. So let's talk about last night. Last night, guys. I expected... do you know what? I sort of expected a draw. I thought, do you know what? I think if we got to turn up and we play as a draw, yeah? We go for a draw. Try and win if we can. And you get a great view of the game. You see inside, you see things that people don't see on the TV. And I'm gonna say things that I saw during the game. And we're gonna really land it tonight because there's a lot of shit I want to get off my chest. In terms of certain players. And just generally talk about the game. We're going to talk about loads of stuff. You know how it is on Minerals FC. We're going to land it, guys. Anyway, we lost the game 1-0, which in a way, in hindsight, 1-0 is not too bad. It's not hammering. It's not damage limitation. It's just really, if I look at City, I wasn't overly impressed with them. I didn't feel like how I normally feel nervous playing against them, knowing how good they are, the way they play their football, the attacking nous that they got, the players that they got. But Kevin De Milner, bruv, really, Kevin De Milner, he looked very frustrated in this game. Looked very, very frustrated, Kevin De Milner. Let's have it right. Haaland. Let me bring up Haaland. This is Haaland against Chelsea. This is Haaland against Chelsea. Yeah. You see this here? This pocket here, bruv? Pocketed by Thiago the Goat Silva. That is where Haaland is. In that pocket. You can't see because of the light, bruv. There we go. There he is. Hello, Haaland, mate. Hello. Hello, Haaland, mate. Yeah. Let's have it right. That is where Haaland was. He was pocketed by Thiago Silva. When you come against world-class players, Where was he? Where was he in the entire game? He couldn't do nothing in this game. He had nothing on Silva. Nothing. So let's have it right. He didn't score against Chelsea. He's scoring and banging goals galore against any other team, but he didn't score against Chelsea. And we have to respect Thiago Silva. Koulibaly as well. You got your back line of Cucurella and Dave. You couldn't get past Thiago Silva, mate. No chance. Kevin demeanor, what did he do? Very, very little, guys. Very, very little. And you look at Foden. The old Foden, the generational talent Foden. Where was he? Yeah, that's right. He was subbed off at half time. Let's have it right. No impact on the game. Couldn't do anything. And who was he playing against? He was playing against Dave. Foden against Dave. And Dave, you could arguably say, isn't having like the best three games or couple games because we know his legs are not quite what they used to be. But my, did he pocket Foden as well, forcing Guardiola to make a change? In fact, we have to credit the gaffer for basically doing a number on Pep Guardiola in that first half because I felt we were the better side in the first half. We hit the post, big up Chuck Winnerals, landed it, almost got his goal against City. Didn't happen, but we were the closest to scoring. We looked like we controlled the game. But second half, same old story. I don't know what happens at half time in every game. We just go to sleep. We just let him come back. He made 2 changes and that was it. It was like they started just controlling the game. And it looked like Chelsea of recent. Just nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, what are we gonna land? We're gonna land it or what? We're gonna land it tonight. We're gonna land it. Right now, everyone is having a meltdown. Everyone's having a meltdown about where we are, about how we are. Now, I had a meltdown against Nottingham Forest. I understand all the context. I understand there's everything going on. I'm very, very, very unimpressed with the new ownership. Even though it's early doors. Proof's in the pudding, and that comes with time and longevity. But up to this moment, I'm not impressed. Yeah? Everyone knows how I feel. I've made that very, very clear. But when I talk about the manner in which you play, how you play for Chelsea, from what we've been used to over the years, especially under Tuchel, how we played under Lamps, there is something called playing for the badge. There's something called I want to be at this football club. It's called passion, determination, loyalty, winning mentality, never die attitude. I didn't see any of that at Nottingham Forest. Absolutely none of it. Only from a small handful of players. This game comes, no Minnals Mount, injured. Never injured, and he's injured for this game. We don't even know what the extent of the injury is. So we need Minnals Mount back, all right? We start with Sterling and Pulisic, and then they go off injured. So now our injury list is of 10 players, and we're not just talking like squad players here. The majority of these injuries are first-team players. First-team players. Kante, Reece James, Mason Mount, Sterling, Chilwell. We got Loftus-Cheek out, Mendy, Fofana. Now Pulisic. It's a lot of injuries, guys. So we have to understand this, right? We have to understand this. That this is such a hard task for Potter right now. It's ridiculous for Potter. So it's like we've almost forgotten. We only think about Reece James, yeah. Kante, we've forgotten about Kante because he's been out for so long. But when you actually deep it and see the amount of injuries that we've got at our club, is 10 players is ridiculous. Injury FC, mate, was playing Manchester City. Injury FC has been playing Nottingham Forest. So what do you rely on? You rely on your squad. We know our squad isn't of that quality. It's not of the ilk of the players. Most of those players missing. Yeah. So what do you have to rely on now? Potter relies on a bit of experience, doesn't he? He puts on Aubameyang. He's played Ziyech. He's put Kovacic. He dropped Jorginho. He played the back four, which is all he could play. And we did all right. Aubameyang, I'm sorry, guys. This player has to leave our football club. He ain't good enough. He's not good enough. He doesn't want to be here. Yeah? He doesn't want to be at Chelsea. All he gives a shit about is his motors that are covered in tinfoil, bruv, in the car parks. Yeah? And at his gaff. That's all he cares about. And what shiny colours he can get him. And where he's going to go out for a meal after the game. Or who he's going to chat to or like on Instagram. That's all he gives a shit about. And the money in his pocket. He's got no allegiance, no loyalty, no love to play for Chelsea Football Club. I never wanted this player. I made it very clear throughout the transfer window. I didn't want this player. And we ended up signing this player. And everyone's shoehorning Tuchel buying this player. Tuchel didn't even fucking well want him. So if Tuchel didn't want him, then what's the point? Why? They panicked. They thought, yeah, we'll get him in. He's settled it. He knows London. Played at Arsenal. He knows the bit of the Premier League. He's in all right form at Barcelona. No, what you did is you went and helped Barcelona finance whatever they were financing, whatever crook moves they're making as a club. So at the end of the day, guys, yeah, this guy we've got in our dressing room, we just recently signed a toxic player because what he did at the game was unacceptable. What he did to the gaffer is unacceptable. He got subbed on and subbed off in the game. That's how shit he was. And people go, oh, but he didn't get the service. Oh, if this player played a ball, shut up. The guy's a waste of space, right? All the Arsenal lot knew it. Arteta knew it. Even Xavi knew it. And we went and brought this player to Chelsea Football Club. It's an embarrassment. We need to ship him out immediately. Let's ship this crap out. He doesn't want to be here. And then we talk about, he didn't even say nothing to the gaffer when he got off and he got all moody. You know how he is. Panic buy merchant. Get him out in the bin, out of our football club. That's the very first thing. All right. The title is We Can Rely on Cobham. Yeah. That's what we need to rely on. Not mercenaries. And the next mercenary I'm going to bring up is Hakim Fraud Houdini Ziyech. This guy gets the amount of prop this guy gets, how many people like this player, and it's the same old shit with this guy. He gives the ball away. You rely on this magic left foot that you can open a can of beans with. Well, there ain't no open cans of beans, mate, with this left foot. There ain't nothing except him falling on the floor or just going like that. He just skinny little guy, just mate, he's like a toothpick, man. He's got no minerals, yeah. No minerals. He had the minerals playing with Morocco for his country, and I understand that. Where's that same passion playing for your country, playing for Chelsea Football Club, the club that owns you right now? Yeah, well, let's have it right. He doesn't want to be at our football club. So Potter's sort of like forced to play this player, another one that doesn't want to be at our football club. A player that the ownership should have got rid of in the summer, along with that Pulisic. Yeah, him. The geezer, this guy Pulisic, bruv, I've always said to you, he's made out of biscuits, this guy. He's made out of biscuits. And not only that, this geezer could have a fag butt in his boots and he'll fall down. He's got no strength, man. And the geezer, I don't even know what happened in the game. And he just went down. That was it. Off. Completely. Straight away off. Yeah? Straight away off. These players do not want to be at our football club. And anyone who says to me, oh, you've got an agenda on certain players. Listen, the agenda is, if you don't want to play at Chelsea Football Club, which you've made it quite clear you don't want to, yeah? Quite clear. The gaffer made it clear he didn't even want you. And Potter's not even favouring you, really. It's time to jog on. Where is the backing for me? I don't back you until I see what you do on the pitch. Hakim Ziyech, what he did on the pitch was absolutely sweet FA. Nothing. He's one of the most experienced players in that front line with Aubameyang. And what did they do, guys? Nothing. Bitch and moan. And I'm going to tell you something that happened in the game. And I don't know if people noticed at the game. Maybe some people would notice, but I noticed it. And I saw the gaffer when we were out of possession. We lost possession in the front when we were in the attack. And it was sort of past our frontliners, yeah? The ball goes past. And I see Potter with energy, screaming, shouting out instructions to Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech's got his back to him. He turns around. Potter stops shouting because he's like, you've heard me. He doesn't do what Potter asked him. Potter shouts again, and then Ziyech goes like that. Like, what do you want? What do you want me to do? Yeah? I'm sorry, mate. You can't have that attitude on the pitch. Fucking hell, that's unacceptable. So you got players in this squad right now, players in this team, training day in, day out, travelling games, and they don't fucking respect the gaffer. They're not even playing for this gaffer. They want out. But the thing is, because we're injury FC and we've got no other options, we have to play these guys. We have to play players like this. And I saw it in my own eyes. You might have not seen it on the TV, but I tell you this now, 119% fact, that is what I saw. That is exactly what I saw. And when I saw that, I was just outraged. Because I can see the gaffer trying. I can see the gaffer on the touchline trying to instruct his players. And this player didn't want to know. Aubameyang walks around like he just doesn't give a shit. Doesn't care. So what chance has the gaffer got, especially in the front line? It's called player power. This is what these lot are on. You see, Hakim Ziyech knows he's made it clear he wants to leave, yeah? He's very close. But no one wants to pay the money for him. Probably no one wants to match the wages for him. So we're in a real pickle at the minute, right? But these players being in the squad is so damaging, guys. I can't explain to you how damaging it is, especially like when you had that cement-booted fraud in our squad. And the amount of bullshit this guy landed in the dressing room and around the squad. The guy was travelling to games on his own in a separate car. He wasn't even on the team coach. That tells you everything you need to know, mate. All right? Potter doesn't need that. He needs players that are willing to do what he's asking of them and to work with him. And right now, you can see the performances on the pitch are a relay of this. They're basically translating onto the pitch, and everyone says there's no fight, there's nothing. It's just like we don't look like we're trying to get in the game. And it's not just when the Ziyech plays, because he's not played as much. But when he came on against Nottingham Forest, rubbish. You're relying on him, no chance. And we're playing a back four, which is meant to suit him. So he's got to go. I'm sorry, I'm done with it, bro. Done with it. There ain't no magician there. And people propping this player, you are absolute muppets. You're muppets. You ain't got a clue about respect and loyalty, bro. Yeah, I'd rather have Werner all day long over these guys, mate. The amount of work rate he gave, the runs, and the amount of slander that he got. Yeah, listen, let's have it right. This guy played for the badge. These lot ain't playing for the badge, and that's a problem. That's a problem, especially when you're going through turmoil, especially when you are trying to get some sort of momentum, trying to get some sort of result. It's terrible, and we're in the mud at the minute. We're struggling. We've got one win in 8 games. It's shocking, bruv. It's just shocking. Now, everyone loves Ziyech. Oh, he's a lovely player. We ain't a lovely player at Chelsea. I said if he can bring his performances for Morocco and show that passion for Morocco at Chelsea, I'm all for it, bruv. Change my mind. Make me love you as a player for Chelsea. No one's denying he's got ability, but I'm sorry, mate. I don't see it translated in a Chelsea shirt. I don't see it. Aubameyang doesn't give a shit, mate. Everyone can see that. The moment he liked Troops' Instagram post after our London derby with Arsenal, and it was a piss take, taking the piss out of him, being a Chelsea player, and it's nothing personal. I'm sorry, that's where you lost my respect. And you had to unlike that. It tells you everything you need to know, yeah? So, we got him. Pulisic, why is he being played anyway? I don't really see Pulisic. He's not that player, guys. I don't think he's that player we can rely on in the future. I don't think he's built strong enough. I don't think he's mentally good enough. I don't think he even wants to be here at the end of the day. He wanted to leave. He was prepared to, sign an extension on his contract so he can go on loan out of the club because Tuchel's staying here. And we know that because of what he wrote about Tuchel in his book. So he didn't respect Tuchel, didn't like Tuchel very much. So there you go. You know, now Tuchel's out the door, all of a sudden Pulisic stays. All of a sudden Pulisic is playing a lot more games. Now I'm very concerned about that. Well, I think he's only playing because of the limited amount of choices we've got at the moment in the squad. Yeah. I'm going to land it how I feel. I don't give a shit anymore. All right. So those three players for me, massive red flags, need to go, really. I think it's time to go. And what's all this that we're selling USA shirts in the mega store? What's that all about? We're an English club. Why are we selling USA shirts in the Chelsea mega store? Did Roman Abramovich sell Russia shirts in the mega store? What's that all about, guys? I don't know if anyone's seen it. Big up to the geezer, put it on Twitter. Yeah. But that's shocking. It's absolutely shocking. We're turning into Pulisic FC. It's just like, no, we're losing sight of where we want to go and what we want to be. Yeah? It's just fucking, and Nike are taking over. They make us the worst kits, guys. Nike make us the worst kits. Bring back Adidas, bruv. Adidas had the best kits. There's too much Deadwood in our squad, yeah? And I'm going to back that. Why, yeah? I'm going to back that. All right? Because the moment Pulisic came off, Sterling we know has not been on form, but I like Sterling. I mean, I wasn't really on signing him in the summer, but at the end of the day, he's here. He's on a long contract. But does he really, I don't know yet. I haven't made my mind up on him. You know, I haven't made my mind up on him. I know he scored goals and he's won it up there, but our record generally is just poor, mate. It's absolutely poor. So it's like our standards are in the mud at the minute. They're in the mud. But let's have it right. They go off. Second half comes, we look poor, yeah. But we bring on Chuck Winnerals for Pulisic, who I thought was absolutely outstanding, considering the opposition. And he's had hardly any minutes playing for Chelsea. He's very young, and he's come on. And do you know what he did? He fucking tried, mate. He tried. He hit the post. He was closest to us scoring. He looked energetic. He looked composed. He was up for it. He was properly up for it. All right. And we had Zachariah in there, who for me, Zachariah, I thought he was man of match. It was close between him and Thiago Silva, personally. But I'm going to give it to Zachariah because I thought there were certain things he did in this game which were very, very, very great to watch. We've been starved of a player doing things like this in the middle of the park. And funny enough, we didn't have Jorginho playing in this game. And we had Kovacic deeper, really, trying to pull the strings, who I didn't think had the best game, Kova. I don't think he had the best game. He was okay, but Zachariah, again, very good. But what I'm saying is there are positives in this game. There are a lot of positives in this game. Zachariah's fighting to play more minutes. And he looked a little bit sharper. And he was doing half turns. He was doing the right things in the middle of the park. He was taking some risks. He was destroying. He was breaking up play. He was trying to link play. But I think everyone's getting a bit ahead of the game with Zachariah. Oh, yeah, we should sign him. Let's sign him up straight away. Now, let's steady on a little bit. It's a lovely little sample. But he's not. I don't think he's that player if you want to be right at the top. I don't think he's technically good enough. He's not technically good enough. But it's too early. Let's see him play a few more minutes to see. I just think Chelsea fans or the Twitter world or whatever, they get ahead of themselves. They go, yeah, let's sign him up. 20 million, 30 million, whatever it is. Yeah, let's just throw more money to squad players and sign them on 4-year deals. And then if they don't turn out well, what happens? We're stuck with them. No. Make your decision at the end of the season. Not after a game just because it's against Manchester City. Manchester City weren't at their best. Manchester City sort of done enough, but they weren't at their best. They're not in a sort of form like Arsenal. And we have to understand that. And we're playing at home. And we did very well against them. Let's have it right. We've done well against City. But I like Zachariah. I think if he continues, he needs to show and keep continuing with these performances because I thought he was man of the match. So we have to big him up, guys. We have to big up Zachariah. We'll big him up, bro. We'll big him up. Now, this is the moment for me. This is the moment. The moment Potter had to make these changes. He had to make these changes. It was crying out for changes. And we all say, Potter, where's your minerals at? Where's your bollocks? Take authority. Don't make your changes too late this time. And what did he do? I know we were 1-0 down. And arguably, everyone's going to come at Kepa or everyone's going to come at Cucurella. Come at them all you want, yeah? Come at them all you want. But at the end of the day, listen, we're not perfect. We're very unstable. We're not confident. And that's just the bottom line. And these goals happen. Maybe we could have prevented it, yeah. And we could have kept it 0-0, but we didn't. And that's just it. Like, Kepa's been very good this season. Very good this season. Cucurella is coming into his own. He's doing all right. And he needs that to adapt. But we still need to see more. We need to see more, yeah? But what Potter did was, he said, fuck it, I'm going to land the minerals. He brought on Amari Hutchinson, he brought on Conor Gallagher, and he brought on Lewis Hall. He took Cucurella off. He identified Cucurella as having a little bit of a mare at left back, and he brought on Lewis Hall, yeah? He brought on Conor and Amari. And we were all happy. I'm buzzing for Amari Hutchinson to come on. Let's have it right. It was lovely to see our youngster come from that lot up in North London, and he wants to play at Chelsea. And he's come on and played against City, and he does look very small. He does look very lightweight, but you can see he's got bags of ability. I think he was a bit overwhelmed, if I'm being honest, with this game. It was a lot for him. You know what I mean? You're not just being bed in there against like Everton or something like that. You're going straight in against Manchester United. So for me, he needs to be gently managed. But I thought Potter went, do you know what? I'm going to go for it. Like, let's play him. I want players that are fearless, yeah? Fearless. And what you saw from Conor Gallagher, yeah, was energy, commitment. He tried his hardest. Everything didn't pull off. A lot of things didn't pull off, but he fucking well tried. I'll tell you that now. Let's have it right. He tried more than Aubameyang tried. He tried more than Ziyech, and so did Hutchinson. He was trying to be careful with how he played. It played quite simply. Didn't take on players. I think he should have had a go, but maybe he's a little bit apprehensive. I'm not taking anything away from the kid. I'm just happy that we got him in our squad and that he's going to learn from the experienced guys, yeah? So Amari Hutchinson, just buzzing for him. But let's talk about Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall, fearless, pace, energy, wants to play for Chelsea. Conor wants to play for Chelsea. Amari wants to play for Chelsea. You bring on the Cobham boys, and automatically you can see a difference in the way we play. Automatically you can see that we are showing some sort of fight. And we tried. And a lot of the Chelsea supporters, recognised that, enhanced it, appreciated it, and came away from that loss with a bit of satisfaction. a bit of satisfaction. Do you know why? Because they play for the badge. They want to be at our club. They want to do everything they can to break in the team. They know they're not at that level yet. They know it. But you could see such a dramatic change. It was chalk and cheese. Now, we're not saying we're going to rely on them, but fuck me, in this moment where we are in a real difficult moment, I'd rather play Cobham boys than most of these fucking mercenaries that we got in our squad at the minute that are playing minutes, that don't even want to be at our club. I want to play players that really want to play for Chelsea, because then you've got an absolute chance. Of course you've got a chance. And you know what? If you go out and lose games and you're fighting, you're creating chances, you're playing all right, and you're instilling Potter's ideology, his whole pattern of play, fuck me, let's have it. Let's have it. Compared to what we've been witnessing, fuck me. So when people come at Mason Mount, or they come at Trev Chalobah, and they come at Loftus, or they come at fucking all the Cobham boys, you know, you don't know what you're talking about, mate. You really don't. Because all they want to do is succeed at Chelsea. They want to succeed at Chelsea. And some of those players, funny enough, have already succeeded at Chelsea and landed it. The big ones. Yeah, the big ones. We've had Lukaku. Shit like that. That don't want to be our football club. So what do you do? What have they got to do? Cut them out. In the bin. In the woods. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. And this is the thing that struck me the most, is that I saw them. They had energy. They tried, guys. They tried. Lewis Hall probably had the best chance in the second half. If that's on target, he's definitely making Edison make a save. 100% he's going to have to make a save, if not score. And then all of a sudden, it's 1-1. We really needed that 1-1. And we needed it from someone like that. We needed someone like that. Yeah? Everyone goes on about Mount and his wages. Oh, yeah, if he's proper Chelsea, he'll accept 100 grand or 200 grand. Shut up. He's worth every penny. Best player for 2 seasons, 3 seasons, if that. Player of the season back to back. He's fucking, if he was fit, he's playing against City. And if he's playing, we've got a much better chance of winning. And one thing that pisses me off is, why is it every time that Mount doesn't play, Jorginho doesn't play? I want to see Mount play without Jorginho. I want to see Mount play with Zachariah and Kovacic. And you'll see a fucking difference. I guarantee you'll see a difference, because transitions were quicker. Much quicker. Much quicker. Rest Cucurella. Let's play Lewis Hall, man. Fuck it. Let's play him. Let's play him. Cobham saved us under Lamps. Cobham saved us. We can rely on Cobham. We can trust Cobham. And I'll tell you something about Cobham, yeah, that people misconstrue. Cobham still has the DNA of Roman Abramovich winning mentality. Let's have it right. They were brought up around that. Broha was a kid when we had Roman Abramovich. So was Reece James. So was Mason Mount, Trev Chalobah. All these players coming through. Lewis Hall. They've been drilled in the mentality, that winning mentality of this is the Chelsea way. Emma Hayes has spoken of it. We know about Emma Hayes. Big up to Emma Hayes, yeah? If you're not good enough, I'm replacing you. I'm getting rid of you. You either want to play for this club and this badge, or you don't. And I think the gaffer needs to do that. I think the gaffer needs to do that. And right now, this is the time to say, do you know what? It can't go any worse. Fuck it. Aubameyang? No, you're benched. Not even in the fucking squad. Not even on the bench. Ziyech? Nah. Pulisic, you're injured? Okay, fine. I'll use someone else. Sterling's going to try and come back for Liverpool. All right, cool. Until then, you keep playing Kai Havertz. You bring back Mason Mount. Play Mason Mount in the front line. Fuck it. Why not? I think Amari Hutchinson needs to be bed in. I'm not saying start Amari Hutchinson, but bed him in. Give Lewis Hall a run in the FA Cup. Connor's probably going to play. We need to do we need to make these changes, guys. We need to make these changes. Lewis Hall, for me, was amazing. The way he just didn't have fear. He just went. He attacked City players. He attacked their defence. Conor Gallagher, John Stones, all dizzy, mate. What did Aubameyang do to John Stones? John Stones pocketed him, mate, like Thiago Silva pocketed Haaland. All right? I'm sick of John Stones, toothpick himself. He pocketed that cement-booted fraud away at City. It was just shameful, bruv. It's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Didn't win one duel against John Stones. Conor Gallagher comes on like a bull terrier, mate, trying to make things happen, trying and put some impetus, some energy, intensity in the game. Try and win the ball back quickly. Try and press from the front. Listen, when you have Pulisic, when you have Aubameyang, where's your press in the front line? Ziyech, where's your press? There is no press. There is no press. Guys, hit the like button. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe. Big up to every single one of you. Smash those likes. Let me know what likes are on as well as we're at it. People come at the Cobham boys, and Trev needs to get a game, man. He signed a contract. He's here. Gaffer's got to do it now. He's got to do it. He must see that I can trust in the young boy. Fuck me, we might as well go like that. The way we are this season, we're 10 points behind top four and we're 10 points above relegation. It's literally like that. It's even Stevens, both ends. So we need to do that. If we've got any chance, let's go out at City. Let's go and win in that FA Cup. We need to go and do that, guys. We have to go and do that. We have to go and do that. So if people cannot recognise the difference when the youth came on from Chelsea to the experienced players on mega money, and this is why I say to you, Mason Mount, Reece James, they've earned their right to have these contracts. Give Mason Mount his contract, for fuck's sake. If we lose Mason Mount, it's game over, mate. And all these wrong-uns come out. Oh, we played better without Mason Mount. We played better without Mason Mount. I think they mistook a certain name of Mason Mount with a Jorginho. Maybe they misunderstood that we lost the fucking game 1-0. But they still want to dig their heels in on Mason Mount. I find it astounding. I really do. Big up Angelica there as well. Charlie Webster, lovely player. Lovely player. Really nice player, guys. Proper nice player. Is he going to get a chance? So at the end of the day, yeah, we need to. Potter needs to assess all these things. He needs to assess it and land it, bruv. He needs to land it. He really does need to land it. Kai Havertz's hold-up play was excellent. He tried, but people moaning about Kai again. Kai played the full 90 minutes because he's just fucking unique. Kai. He had a roaming role, which I think suits him. But when Aubameyang came off, he had to go back into that striker position and he sort of faded out again. I think you need Kai's that 10 role. Yeah, you need that 10 role. But he's a Rolls Royce player. He's a silky German. He people don't understand, mate. When you lose him, you're going to see the player he's going to be. And then you're all going to turn around and go, oh, shit. Another one's got away. Yeah. Where are you supporting him and backing him and believing in him instead of fucking pounding him with hate and slander? Someone who's basically won you trophies. I can't understand it. I think you're just a wrong un. You're all wrong uns. let's not forget the chemistry and the link up of Minerals Mount and Kai Havertz. Oh, you can't live off the Champions League. Let's have it right. We can't live off them in the Champions League. That's what these Muppets say, right? Oh, you can't live off that forever. Do you know what? Funny enough, I fucking well can, and they can as well. Just like we live off forever our other Champions League. Just like forever, it's in our history, embedded in our history. So no, you don't just forget about it, and you don't just say, "Oh, you can't live on that forever." Mate, the stocks are there, whether you like it or not, permanently. So jog on. Jog on. I'll tell you another thing, another positive. The balance in the midfield. We had balance in our midfield. We got a taste of a midfield balance. We got a taste of it. And I think if we upgrade and we get the right players in that midfield, like I've been saying all this time, how many times I'm saying address the midfield? How many times? All they talk about is Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, the attack. That's all they talk about. But they just disregard the midfield because their player stands for certain midfielders, maybe, whatever it is. Oh, Kante, it's all sentimental. You just need to get rid of Kante. No, mate. No. If you can get the right deal for Kante, you keep him. Yeah? You keep him. And see how he does when he comes back for the big games. Hopefully, we're in the Champions League when he comes back and he can play. And everyone's going to see the massive difference with N'Golo Kante because there ain't a player like him. So, let's see. Kovacic, he's not got long on his contract. I've spoken these things. Jorginho, and let's have it right. The brown envelope's coming out again on a match day before the game. What did they say? Oh, there's more contract negotiations booked in January for Jorginho. Fuck off. We don't care. We're not interested. We don't care in your garbage. We don't give a shit. And he's not even playing in the game. Didn't even come on. Didn't even come on. Everyone knows the strengths and weaknesses of Jorginho. It's no surprise. It's no surprise. So at the end of the day, guys, I want to see Mount, Zakaria, Kovacic. I want to see that midfield. Yeah. And then I want to see Kai Havertz there as well. So we talk about that, yeah? We talk about that. The balance of midfield is absolutely key. Absolutely key. And we've signed, big up, we've signed the player from Monaco, the French player. I can't even pronounce his name properly. 7.5 years deal. 35 million. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of a bit of a risk. Benoit, that's it, Benoit. And it's for the future. That's class. Great. We've got something for the future. We've got a lot of players for the future already. We've got Santos coming in as well for the future. He's probably get loaned out. We've got Datro Fofana for the future. We've got Amari Hutchison for the future. We've got Lewis Hall for the future. But funny enough, we had Lewis Hall, but we go and spend 60 odd million on Cucurella. We've got Lewis Hall, who looks like he's got gears above him, abundance of pace and talent, and no fear. And he's a DNA of the club. Where's he in the pecking order? Where's he in the pecking order? We bought Fofana at the back, who's injury prone, and we got Trev Chalobah, who we all thought was leaving, but he didn't. He stayed. In fact, he stayed. Yeah. This is what I'm going to say now. A lot of these wrong-uns, whether they're on platforms or on social media or on radio, this is what grates on me. This is what rouses me up, right? Is that the majority of these platforms, the majority of the media platforms, the big ones, the majority of those out there with an opinion and with a voice, what were they doing? What were they doing at the start of the season with Thomas Tuchel? What were they doing? Yeah. Shall I tell you what they were doing? They were criticising the gaffer. We're criticising the gaffer. We're allowed to criticise. What you were doing and what you did was mask this so-called criticism with fucking agenda, feeding into the monstrosity of an agenda against Chelsea and campaign, and that was to get Tuchel out. And more than likely instructed and fed by the board, who didn't have the minerals to get rid of him in the pre-season. So they waited this little period after pre-season, and then they landed it. Yeah, a fucking agenda on Thomas Tuchel. Yeah, they all had an agenda on him, and we called them all out, didn't we, people? We called them all out on Minerals FC, and they're all going, "Oh, what are you coming at this one for? What are you coming at that one for? Why are you coming at them?" Yeah, and look at them all now. Look at the state of these wrong-uns. What's Potter doing? What's Potter doing? Why is Potter this? Why is this? Oh my God, we're losing games. We haven't won any games. We're losing to Villa. We're losing to this. We're losing to that team. We're losing to this team. Where's our Chelsea? Well, this is not Chelsea. We're winners. We're winners. We should be right up there. Well, you paid for it all, fellas. You paid for it all. You fed into that narrative, the agenda against Thomas Tuchel, to make sure that Chelsea Football Club do not have an elite manager. And now we're with Graham Potter. So now you're going to have to ride it, Sunshines, yeah? Your pants are pulled down, mate, and you're getting spanked 24/7 every single day of the week because you lot wanted this gaffer, elite gaffer who's won us the big trophies in short space of time without having his own identity. About Potter. And what's Potter going to do? He's coming, no transfer window. None of those players are Tuchel's. None of those players are Potter's players. Maybe Cucurella. Maybe. Who knows? So he's brought those players in. And now what? He's got to deal with what he's got. He's been dealt the cards and he's had a bit of a shit hand. And it's coming, games are coming thick and fast because of pre-World Cup, before the World Cup. Then you had the World Cup, didn't have all the players. He's come back. Look at our injury list. Injury list is getting even worse. We're getting players come back, injured, out. Now we've got an injury list worse than any team in the Premier League. No other team's got this injury list. No other team's got this injury list. So, what happens? What has Potter got to do? He can't, listen, you'll call him Magic Potter. He's not a magician. Tuchel wasn't a magician. It's even harder, and I'm going to say it as it is, it's even harder for Graham Potter right now. It's actually even harder than what Tuchel had to deal with. In the sense of injuries. But not in terms of the sanctions. And these Muppets came at Thomas Tuchel after everything he'd done at our football club. Everything. He wanted to be our football club. He had Barcelona, Man United, Real Madrid, all coming calling for him, Bayern Munich. And he said, no, I love Chelsea. I want to win title Premier League with Chelsea. And look at how the fans turned on him. And then they're all crying their eyes out now because we would look at how bad we played under Tuchel. We were so bad. But then they're saying, no, it's all the players. The players are shit. Make your minds up. Your narratives change like wishy-washy flip-floppers. All the time, man. All the time. I've muddied every single one of these Muppets, and my streams are proof of it. And once you're muddied, sons. You understand that? You're muddied. And Tuchel's muddied you. So, what's your duty now? Your duty is to back Potter now. That's your duty, is to back the gaffer. If it's the board's decision that we go into a relegation battle and he's still in the job, that's down to the board. We go to the board. Because there's nothing you should accept. You do not accept those standards. All right? But let me say it how it is. I'm going to land it how it is. I want to see, and I haven't seen it yet, I want to see how truly Potter is backed and how truly he's been given that deck of cards to deal. Because at this moment in time, we can all see players like Ziyech and Aubameyang need to get in the bin. All right? If he doesn't play him now, if he doesn't play him till the end of the season or till the end of this transfer window, are they going to sell him on? If he says, I don't want Pulisic, are they going to sell him on? Because they will ruin the dressing room. And once they ruin that dressing room, it's downhill for the gaffer because he can see that the ball ain't backing him. But they have to. He's on a 5-year deal. Mega money. But how far down the table are you going to go before they say, this is it, I can't justify it anymore. We want to trust the process, but the process is drowning, mate. We can't even see the process. It's nowhere to be seen. We're so far down in the mud, we're gasping. So this is my thing, guys. This is what I'm trying to explain to you, yeah? Is that the board has to show that the players that we don't want at our football club, that don't want to be here, and that the gaffer doesn't want, they need to boot them out at all costs. And if he does drop them, the players need to know that Potter is the gaffer. And I don't see this. So this is my concern. I don't see it yet. I think last night, Potter showed something. Even made a statement to the board to say, I'm going to play these guys because they want to play for me. And look at the difference. And I think he did do that. And credit to Potter for doing that. Yeah. But the board need to wake up, mate. Need to wake up. You have to give him the chance to turn it around. He's got the FA Cup. And we have to see. I've always said it. If they sell Pulisic, if they sell him, then I can see him back in. I can see him back in Potter. I said it under Tuchel. If they sell Pulisic, they're back in Tuchel. And the moment I knew that Pulisic and Ziyech were staying, I knew it's bad news for Tuchel because he didn't want them players. So let's see what happens. See what happens. Pulisic has got what? He's in his 4th season now. What's he going to do in this season? If he lands it, fair play. Show us you want to be here. But you ain't been showing us you want to be at this football club. And that goes for all these other players. But how long do you give these players? How many more seasons do you give these players? It's not all the players. It's also about the whole context. So where are we going, guys? Where are we going to go with this? Where are we going to go? What's the next step? We saw positive things and then people go, oh no, you're praising a loss like that. We're in the mud. Well, not really, because of how bad we've been playing. We've been playing some shocking teams. And yet this was a very decent performance against Manchester City, who are the champions of England, who are like the benchmark. I don't see, you see, the difference between Arsenal and Arteta is Arsenal's given Arteta full control. He didn't want Aubameyang, got rid of him. Didn't want Pepe, got rid of him. Didn't want certain players, got rid of him. Made a statement, got rid of Aubameyang. Made a statement. He made a statement to the dressing room, to the players. I'm in charge. I want to play this way. If you're not with me, you're out the door. I want to see that with Potter. And only then you will see change. So, time will tell, guys, is all I'm saying. That's the message. Time will tell whether Potter is truly getting backed. Time will tell. Yeah? Hit those likes, guys. We've got almost 150 people in here. Smash the piece of the like button. It's a late stream. Smash to pieces the like button. Let's have it right. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, guys. Get in the chat. I'm going to land some minerals. I'm telling you now, as I always do. Big up to all you guys supporting the channel. Know the deal and understand it. Now, these brown envelopes. DiMarzio. I've got them all here. Let me get them. While I do this, guys, just smash that like button. I need to get at least 200 likes in here. Need to get 200 likes in here, guys. All right, come on, let's go. So you got DiMarzio, Angelo Mangiate, Toothpick, Matt Laws, Ornstein, Fabrizio getting in the mix, Rudy Galetti, saying it's all done deals and shit. Saying it's all done deals. Final stages, paperworks, pies and mash. Absolute Chelsea recycling it. Pies and mash recycling it. Their own gaffer came out and said the disrespect, there's a buyout clause, this and that. All of a sudden, Chelsea only bid 80 odd million euros. When we're told by all these brown envelopes that we've met the clause, or we're going to pay a bit over the clause so we can do installments. I mean, guys, shocking. Relying on some wannabe brown envelope from nowhere, saying it's a done deal. DiMarzio's working with that team sheet merchant. You can see the patterns here. And that team sheet merchant knows the old Matt Law. Matt Law knows the Athletic lot, the Nizar Kinsellas, the Liam Towneys, the Ornsteins, the Kingpins. And then it was laid on. Fabrizio Romano had to come out. There's no done deal. He had all that time. This was circulating for what? 2 days? He had all that time to say it's not a done deal. And he had to come out of it then. And straight after Fabrizio Romano's tweet, whether it's that evening or the day after, straight after you got the Benfica boss talking about transfers. When do you hear these gaffers talking about transfers that they're not even supposed to be talking about? Trying to mud Chelsea Football Club. Trying to make us look like cowboys. Trying to disrespect our owners. Trying to manipulate the media in projecting this message and narrative that Chelsea don't know what they're doing. When in the same sense, maybe that is the case. But am I going to believe these brown envelopes? No chance. I put 2 comments. I very rarely get in Fabrizio Romano's tweets. I don't retweet his shit. I don't comment. I did 2 comments the other day when it broke out that it wasn't a done deal. 2 comments. I'm going to bring them up now. This was the first comment underneath the tweet. I said, you changed your tune, Fab. The joke is we didn't even bid that. In fact, nothing, as this was all a ploy from Benfica to trigger a bidding war, and you kingpins were the catalysts for this garbage news in the bin with the rest. That was the first one under his Twitter account. Yeah, whatever he's got, 30 million followers and this and that. All right, that's the first one. Didn't respond. Doesn't ever respond. Does he respond to anyone? I'll tell you what he responds to. When the Cucurella deal happened, and it was a bit of a shit show, he was replying to very small accounts, wasn't he? Do you remember that? He was replying to very small accounts. And everyone was like, oh, shit, what's going on? Why is he doing that? He never does that. Very rarely. He might reply to one little small account when it's, oh, any news on this player, Fab, whatever. Yeah, very rare. Very rare. Unless they're like official accounts, you know, the big accounts or the ones in the circle, as we know. Yeah. And then I landed this one. Under the, it's not a done deal. And this is what I landed. I said, Fab jumping ship to save his face, trying to tarnish Bowley and Chelsea's name like every other brown envelope. It's exactly what I said. He says, I think you should have texted who said it was done deal, mate. I've no face to save. Trust me. Now, did he say he said a done deal in that tweet? No, I did not. Did I say it on my platform? No, I didn't say he said it was a done deal. So he's having a dig at the little toothpick. He's not happy with a little toothpick. He's not happy with other platforms that put the toothpick on a platform and said it was a done deal. They're also not happy because if it is a done deal behind the scenes, because these guys know behind the scenes if they're done deals or not, yeah, they're the ones that want to break the news. Not little unofficial, uninitiated wannabe brown envelopes. So Fabrizio's come in, the kingpin himself. He's replied to me, all right? And I said to him, like Koundé and Rafina. Because like Koundé and Rafina, they all fed us bullshit. So Fabrizio Romano, clearly rattled by the minerals, clearly rattled by me, clearly he's watched me. And that's it. We move on. We land it. We speak the truth. They're all in the woods. Whether it's a done deal or not, you're all fucking liars. And you're all there for clickbait. And you've all been called out. So that's where we go, guys. That's how we land it. We're not there to muck around. We're there to say the truth. All we want is the truth. Report the truth. Report the good things. Report truth. And maybe we believe you and trust you. How many times did Fabrizio reword this whole Enzo in the talks? Where's the talks, bruv? Where are the talks? Done deals, yeah? Done deals. There's no such thing as done deals. Here we go. Yeah, all right, cool. Give us a here we go. But be very, very sure. Like everyone knows he's a tapping merchant. Yeah, everyone knows that. But this was interesting. The moment Fabrizio Romano replies to the Minerals FC, rattles a lot of feathers, guys. Rattles a lot of feathers. A lot of people don't like that shit. They don't like it. Do you know why? Shall I tell you what it means? It means they're paying attention. It means they're fucking aware of the Minerals FC. They're aware of it. They're aware of the message. They're aware of what we say. Otherwise, there's no need to reply or respond. He's rattled. He's got face to save. He jumped out quick and got out of the fraudulent nonsense that's going on. And hopefully we do sign an Enzo Fernandez. And maybe when we sign him, Why don't you report correctly and truthfully instead of all this nonsense? If you knew that this wasn't a done deal and it was nonsense, when that broke out, you should have come out yourself and said it wasn't a done deal. You didn't. You let it sit. Do you know why? Because you want to tarnish other people trying to get up in the game, because it's snakes and ladders. And this is how it goes. The kingpins run the game. If you're not in with the kingpins, if you don't take authority from the kingpins and you don't get the go-ahead to break news, you risk getting tarnished. And these are the minerals landing now. These are the minerals landing. We're on the way. We're on the way. Yeah, we're on the way. Let's have it right. And if you don't like it, don't watch it. Don't get in my mentions. Don't talk about me. Don't mention me. Because you ain't got the minerals. You ain't got it. Just jog the fuck on. That's the best way to be. You don't want it. You don't want it, bruv. You really don't. Brown envelopes, circles. It is what it is, bruv. It is what it is. You know, I made it very, very clear. I don't fuck with the Matrix. Don't fuck with that. The brown envelopes. But you know about me. I made it very clear. I don't give a shit, me. Yeah? I don't give a shit. I'll say whatever I want to say when I say it. Nothing anyone can do about it. You see, the difference with me and Minerals FC is this, all right? The difference with me, Minerals FC, and every single one of yous out there is I don't need to hold anyone else's dick. The only dick I hold is my own, mate. And it's a middle finger up to every single one of you. You understand that? Don't know. Maybe you went to school and you understand English. Whatever. It's what it is. It is what it is. Let's just have it right. Let's just have it right, bruv. Yeah. Big up to Chelsea, Dan. For your suit Mills, big up, mate. I sent a link on Insta on Easy. I'll check it out, mate. Big up to you, geezer. How can someone call you out if they block you? Isn't that a bit strange? It's a bit of a wrong thing to do, isn't it? It's a bit wrong thing to do, bruv. I don't know what that's all about. I might need to put my glasses on and check it. You know? But we move. We move. Up the Minerals FC. Up the Chelsea. Yeah? Let's have it right. Land it, bruv. Hit those likes. Because the Minerals FC lives rent-free in every single one of their brain cells. Let's have it right. So, guys, let's go, bruv. Hit the like button. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe. You know the deal, guys. Minerals FC is only going up to the top. To the top. And we're here to stay. We're here to stay, guys. Right, let me run through. Big up Mitchy with your Super Minerals. I want us to start the process now. Give the younger players a chance. I can live with the results until next season. And then we go for top four and beyond. We can't buy our way to success. It's it's development. There you go. Here you go. That's what I'm saying. Play the Cobham boys. Mix it with the experienced Cobham boys. Play the players that generally want to be here next season and for future. Play them. And the ones that don't, no matter how much wages they're on, no matter when they were signed, no matter what the situation is outside of football, in the sense of how difficult it is to sell or whatever loan, Potter needs to not play these players and play the ones that want to be at our football club. That's it. That's it, mate. The moment we do that, we're all good. We're all good. We're all good. Yeah? That's how we do it, guys. I mean, there's no other way of doing it, mate. You can't keep playing these guys that don't want to be here. So think about that. Think about that. That's what I want, guys. That's the only way we're going to move forward. Now, we're bringing up this Mudryk player. Everyone's talking about Mudryk. Again, more stuff. You see the matrix. You see the brown envelopes. You see they're trying to hack into the Minerals FC. You can do that all you want. You can do that all you want. We're here, bruv. We're here. We're here. And we love our Chelsea. Mudryk, like, he wants to go to Arsenal. And what did they do? They propaganded that Shakhtar Donetsk owners were at the Chelsea game last night. Now, it's reverse psychology for me. It's also keeping good relations. Both keeping good relations with them. They want to watch Manchester City and they want to watch the game with Chelsea, Man City. What if Pep Guardiola's interested in Mudryk behind the scenes? What if they're talking to him? What if they're just in London and by chance, because they're in London, they came to the game, but they're meeting Arsenal's representatives today? What if it's a lovely pick to suit the narrative that Chelsea are trying to get Mudryk at their club and sign him? So it pushes Arsenal into increasing the bid. Why does no one think like that? Why does no one think like that? Because that's how I see it. Sign the player, put in an official bid, and we're gravy. Cool. Report the truth. If we go and sign him, fair play. Respect. You told the truth. But what are the chances of that? Really? What are the chances of that? You know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. He's either going to stay at Shakhtar Donetsk, and we ain't going to pay. Let's have it right. I can't see us paying near 90 million euros or whatever for this player. Arsenal ain't going to pay it. When you can sign what? Liao at 100 million or Makoko or whatever his name is for 100 million. You're going to go and sign this player that we're not even linked with. I just don't. Honestly, it doesn't make sense. We need a striker. We need to get rid of Aubameyang. We need a striker. We need a DM. We do need an Enzo player. I like him. I want to have him. And hopefully we do sign him, guys. Hopefully we do. Hopefully we do sign him. And if we sign him, quality. Like, I'm all for it, bruv. But I'm not for the bullshit and all the lies. I'm not for it. Another difference between Roman Abramovich and this current ownership is Roman did it everything squeaky, airtight. No one would know nothing. you'd only hear about it just bubbling. Do you know why? Because it saves face of the club. It protects the image of the club. Roman didn't want to be embarrassed, and by him being embarrassed, it means the club's being embarrassed. And right now, what are these brown envelopes doing? They're embarrassing Chelsea Football Club. They're embarrassing our name. So our owners need to be zippy, tight-lipped. Don't say nothing. Don't give away anything to these brown envelopes. Guys, we might still get Enzo. We might get him. I honestly think Benfica is very smart in this. And like I say to you, they've paid a lot of these journos. I really do. I think they are. I think they're really trying to create a bidding war. You heard Liverpool. They're bringing up Liverpool. Shut up, man. Liverpool ain't got money. If Liverpool go and sign him, it's criminal, mate. It's criminal what they're gonna what they're gonna say. Just like the Koundé deal. Fabrizio Romano can't say shit about the Koundé deal because he knows. He knows. You do, Fabrizio. You know that Chelsea didn't bid for him. You know that you were lying about the paperwork's being sent. You know this. You know it. And so do all the others in the circle that you all text message each other and you're all in group chats. You know about it. You know Tuchel didn't want him. And they go so deep in the game, they got sources of Matt Law and all these other guys that report on Chelsea to follow suit, to make it believable that was the truth, because they reported initially that Tuchel never wanted Koundé. Even the toothpick Gizzin put it down. And then he's saying, no, Chelsea are close to signing him. They all flipped because their sources were fed brown envelopes, mate. Not from the journos we know. Behind the scenes, mate. And Fabrizio was aware of this. And they used our name because they knew Barcelona didn't have a pot to piss in. They were going through a real turmoil state. You know their situation in the summer. And what did they do? They used Chelsea's name because the Ben Jacobs of this world, the Matt Laws, Fabrizio, all these guys, they told and exploited that we got a lot of money to spend within financial fair play. So it only suited to bring Chelsea to the table. And there was a nice story building up with Chelsea and Barcelona, how we hate each other. And there's a lot of bitterness towards each other. Football tells you that. And all this Chelsea getting muddied. Chelsea's reputation, they're not as big as they can't pull these players. Players are signing for less wages like Rafinha and this, that. Then they get the Leeds chairman or the director of football to sit in front of Ornstein, who everyone respects, from the Athletic, and do a whole scripted interview about Chelsea and Leeds and this and that. Fucking, what planet do you think we're from? Yeah. And the other accounts, these big accounts that run and they're entwined and they have brown envelopes on their platforms, they all fucking well know it as well. And if they don't know it, they're entertaining it and they're using it because they want the clicks. They want to be part. They want to feel like they're getting the sources. They're getting all the sauce. The only sauce they're getting is egg and fucking ketchup on their faces, mate. And all over their fucking followers. All right. And this is the thing, guys. Yeah. This is the thing. They used our name and Barcelona paid 55 million euros for Koundé and we bid more than that. Romain Molina, who is against all these lot, came out and said it was all a ploy by Mendes and he orchestrated this deal to force Barcelona into paying more money because Sevilla Monkey knew that Barcelona didn't have the money. So the only way they can really force the money, because Koundé only had Barcelona to go to, and Sevilla had to pay the money on to his previous club, Bordeaux. Let's have it right. They used Chelsea's name and they got Fabrizio Romano, the most trusted, to put it on his platform. And 2 days, he said, we're sending paperwork, medicals and all this shit. And nothing happened. All of a sudden, the levers come in. The levers come in. You had Laporta with some random so-called journo guy videoing Laporta. Oh, yeah, he's Chelsea this, Chelsea that. Yeah, bollocks. And then they sign for Barcelona. And we never bid for that player. So Fabrizio knew that. They play with us. They use our name. It is what it is. Believe it all you want. Don't believe it. And that's the way it is, bruv. Tell the truth. I ain't got an issue with you. Tell the truth and respect our club and the image of our club like you do to all the other clubs. Respect Chelsea Football Club and you'll get respect from me and from my platform. Simple as that. It is what it is, bruv. It is what it is. You know? When you talk about minerals, this is what it's about. So Fabrizio and all your fellow, like I've been called a cult, their brown envelope cult. Settle down, fellas. Show some respect. Like you had to show respect to Don Roman, because Don Roman made it damn hard for you lot to find information about our football club. And during those sanctions, you know what the fuck was going on. You were just slinging us along to any story, any ownership bidding, when it was all planned out for Bowley and Clearlake to take Welsh Football Club. They just used the others as a little decoy. Yeah, decoy. So anyway, everyone in here, you know the deal. You know the deal. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. And let's respect a legend. Let's respect the legend. Oh, mate. I don't know why you keep bringing up that fella in my chat. What are you bringing him up for? What are you bringing him up for? What is this? I mean, who is he anyway? What are you bringing him up for? Why are you bringing that shit on my platform for? What's wrong with you lot? Shocking, man. He tweeted you. What? He tweeted me. He's tweeted at me, has he? But he's blocked me. So I can't see nothing. That's wise, isn't it? That's clever. Make logic of that. That's a bit of a weird one. Weird take. I'll block someone, but I'll talk about them. Oh, mate. Really? Oh, cheers, fellas. Cheers, fellas. Oh, dear. Wow. The greatness, the big fella. Oh, mate, nothing surprised me in this. A lot weird people are weirdos, mate. People are very strange in this game. But you see, all these ones, they've all been muddied. Everyone's been fucking royally muddied. Yeah. Every single one of them. My streams tell you that. Once you've been muddied once, it's like, do you know what? You're in the woods, you're in the bin, you're done. You're finished, you're done. I've got no use for you. I've got no use. I literally got no use for you. There's nothing there. Just in the fucking mud. Mickey Driver, swapping Tuchel for Potter is like swapping Stone Island for Primark. Listen, I like Potter, man. I'm backing Potter. That's a great comment. It's funny as fuck. But nah, man. Come on. Oh man. Tuchel loved a bit of Hugo Boss. Love it. I love it. Oh, guys. Listen, let's just fucking get behind the gaffer, mate. Oh, mate. Honestly. Anyway, we ignore wrong-uns because they're just irrelevant in the game. They're irrelevant. Big up to Indefinite here, because I love stuff like this. I love stuff like this. Where is it? I saw it a minute ago. Where's it gone? Where's it gone, bruv? This is what I like. Sorry, not Indefinite. SDA, bruv. This is what I love. This is what I want. Rest in peace, Vialli. Big up, Johnny. Everyone smash the likes. R.I.P. to the legend, mate. I mean, it's such a sad day. It really is. Sad day. Sad. Oh, that show. That will be coming out next Friday. That's next Friday. And then I think on Mondays. So Fridays and Mondays. It's going to be quality, that. It's going to be fucking quality. Minnell's going to land, bruv. Justin Cook says we need a song about the new gaffer. That will come, guys, when we know he's here to stay. When we sort of like progress. What if we go and win the Champions League or something like that? Or anything, whatever it is, guys. There will be a chant for the gaffer. Let's just fucking know he's going to stay. At this rate, we don't know what's going on. We don't know if he goes and loses 2 more games or the ball's just going to go out the blue. We don't care. We've got so much money. We'll just get rid of you anyway. I don't know. Like I say to you, I can't really trust this ownership because I don't know their track record. Nothing. They've got no nothing apart from American football. That's it. And the Dodgers and the Lakers. But that's a different culture. It's a different structure and model altogether. You can't translate that to here. It's football's different. The Glazers and all these guys have tried it. It don't work, mate. Look at Liverpool. They're going to look to sell. I think FSG's selling up. The Glazers are selling up. You know? I don't know. My thing is this. Proof's in the pudding. And that's my stance. I do, Hannah, as well. I missed that chant. That chant was epic, mate. Now we got stupid, the Arsenal and Newcastle and all that singing it about getting in the Champions League or he's going to win us the Champions League. And it's nonsense. We've won it. We were entitled to sing that. It's just like, and we don't sing it no more. It's one of my favourites, honestly. I loved it. With Tuchel and that, the connection Tuchel had with us, the fans, the supporters. You know, when we go to games, it was just like magical, mate. It really was. So I'm waiting for that connection with Potter. And I think as soon as Potter, you know, takes control, that will only be given to him by the ownership. You know, that will only be given by the ownership. Where is it? I'm struggling with a connection with Potter because I don't really like. It's a weird thing. You got like with Super Frank, we had a real connection. Obviously, Tuchel then came in, and I was very standoffish with Tuchel, and then I just like, obviously we started winning things and I fell in love with him. And I thought, wow, this is the guy, man. We're going to really kick on here. And then obviously that didn't work out. But when I watched Potter last night in the dugout, I saw him really sort of shouting at the players, instructing them, clapping them. And there was a part of me, I looked at him and I said, I really want it to work for this guy. I really want it to click. I really want to see this guy do it. He's got the blueprint. He's got the style of football, but it's not really in his control. It's down to the ownership to back up that they're backing this guy and do what he's asking. And we don't know that. Time will tell us that. Yeah, let's have it right. Because if they wanted a yes man, which he could well be, which it looks like that, Roman had it right with Tuchel because Roman's got respect. Roman had a structure set in place where he could do that with gaffers and elite gaffers. This structure is in absolute fucking state at the minute. So there is no authority or respect yet. If you brought in an elite gaffer, I'm sure the conversations must be, I want to do this, I want to do that. This is my brand of football. I brought my whole team. They're copying that sort of that model. They're trying to copy the R.I.P Red Bull model as well and implement those two. They're bringing the directors of football. They're getting people's back. We'll use them. Stop blowing money unnecessarily and use them because you panic bought in the summer and you might have to get rid of some of these players because Potter maybe don't want them. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to do that? Time will tell. Until we see something, we can't make our minds up on that. We can't not judge, but we can't just say whether we agree or disagree because we don't know. We don't know. But we need to address the midfield. And I'm all for the future. Stop buying youngsters if they're not going to play. We need players that are ready to play now because we've still got a lot of players, a lot of Deadwood to get out of our club. But we need to bring in better than them, not inexperience and potential. We need to bring experience as well and quality. And we got to see that remains to be seen. That remains to be seen. And I agree with Rafa here. You landed it. You really have landed it here. He says, Johnny, give Potter a Stony jacket to start looking the part on the touchline. I'll tell you what, Potter look all right in Stony with his new hairstyle and that. And his little, lift up the crowd. Change it, Gaffer. We know you're calm. We know you're collected and all that. But show us, man. And I saw that against City. I saw something there. And then players were fucking ignoring him. Mercenaries. Big up H Talks Chelsea in here. Big up Seppers. Big up Bartek. Give him the dead man's fingers. Bring him out of his shell. Oh, mate. Oh, mate. Oh, I ain't afraid of no one, geezer. No one. Like, I know Lewis has been mudding Havertz and Mount, and it's fucking shocking. He knows exactly what I think of that. And I don't want to pollute my platform with that shit. I won't do it. He has too many wrong uns on his place, man. His gaff stinks. They were talking about Mount without even him playing. It's just shocking, mate. He's not the problem. Mace ain't the problem. Nowhere near it. He's the least of your worries, mate. Maybe put some fucking quality midfielders around him so he can play his role properly, we might have a chance. Maybe get him a DM. Maybe get him another midfielder that we can rotate as quality enough. Maybe get some fucking competent attacker, you know, a better striker. You know what I mean? That's all I've got to say, really. I'm sitting back. Gooners, enjoy it. Enjoy it, yeah. Enjoy it. I'm just chilling, mate. It's about silverware. Lamps is not a very healthy position. That was another thing. Rory Jennings says, oh yeah, Lampard's going to win a trophy for Everton. I actually thought Lamps was going to do really well, but when you look at Everton's team and the condition they're in and they're bored and what they do is shocking, mate. I mean, what chance has he got? What has anyone got a chance there with that team? Useless. I know H talks Chelsea. Havertz was quality yesterday. He was quality. He was quality. Oh, man. Maybe we should say. Oh, mate, some of you cracking me up, man. Some of you cracking me up, man. Guys, let the rivals and all the other fans, let them in the chat. Let them do their thing, man. Let them do their thing. Rory's mouth leaks shit. It leaks piss as well. Leaks piss. Oh, man. Haaland was very close to Chelsea. He really was. He really was. Generally was. But there's a thing called an NDA. That's how Roman did business. Because he knew if it came out, full on came out, and we got mudded, it wouldn't look good. It wouldn't look good. But they were after Lukaku for about 3 seasons. They were after him for a long time. Long time, guys. Listen, the Lego head merchant. Did anyone see him trying to get that fly? Oh dear. Chelsea fanatic. Now, this is the thing. It does look that way. It does look that way. But I think Potter goes in at half time. I don't think he says much. I don't think he says much. And this is a bit of a concern. It's a bit of a concern. Fucking hell. CFC kill, mate. You're landing it. You're landing it. Oh, mate. Listen, how many more losses is it going to take for Potter? I mean, we're not this bad. I know we're not this bad. I know the players are not this bad. Certain players are not this bad, but there's a lot of players that don't want to be at this football club. And this is the problem. Until you gut that out, like they've gutted out literally the whole of Marina, Czech, Bruce Buck, everyone. Well, I wanted Bruce Buck out anyway, but all of them, he gutted them out. There was no smooth transition. They know the club inside out. They know the Marina won the best director of football the year we won the Champions League. She won that. She was the hardest negotiator. No one wanted to negotiate. Use her. Use her. Use her for the deals that you want to get over the line. But they didn't do that. Why? Because it was Russian. It was Roman. It was Roman's right-hand lady, the Iron Lady. They didn't want anything to do with Roman now. And that's why we're suffering now as a club, especially in the transfer market. We are suffering. Now, she's made a lot of mistakes. Don't get me wrong. Buying that cement-booted fraud was definitely one of them. Murata, another one. There's loads of them. But the thing is, there's some good ones as well. But all I see right now is the same as Roman. Like, they're just, what's the word? They're calling the shots. They're bringing the players, and they're saying to the gaffer, make it work, or we want to see this brand of football. We'll bring you these players that are got great analytics. All the reports are fantastic. That's what we're going to go by and what we hear. But very interesting thing is, and I said it on my streams before, who advised Bowley Clearlake to go for Potter? No one can answer that question. No one can answer that question. No one. I want to know that. I think, do you know who I think it is? I think it's Newcastle's Amanda Stately, whatever her name is. I think she was advising with Egg Barley because they're an item. That's what I think. Because they got Eddie Howe, similar type of thing. So if I was to connect dots, that's what I would connect. Because they don't know anyone long enough who is so-called trustworthy to them to take advice from. Yeah, they always say, oh, Lampard took us to ninth. Well, he also qualified us Champions League with a transfer ban, no Eden Hazard. And brought through youth. Let's have it fucking right. So let's respect Frank Lampard. Tuchel won us the Champions League, Super Cup, Club World Cup, got us into 6 finals altogether and won 3 of them in 14 months or whatever, 15 months. It's ridiculous. Without making one signing of his own. So Tuchel might as well have had a transfer ban because he got Lukaku and Sol. Shocking. Really, when you dig it, when you look at it, and people had the cheek to come at Tuchel, I'll spit on all of you. Spit my minerals, bruv. All day long. Disgrace. Fucking joke. So it is what it is. Guys, let me know what likes we're on. Let me know what likes we're on. I'm just done with transfers, mate. I don't want to hear their nonsense about transfers. I don't want to hear that. $145, guys. That's not bad. That is not bad. It's not bad, guys. 138, 145, guys. Let's get it up, guys. Let's get it up. The more and more of you coming in here and you smash that like button, big up to every single one of you. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe as well. I need to find something. Let me see. Hold on. What are we saying here? Yeah, guys, hit that like button and subscribe if you ain't subscribed. Let's have it right. That's what I wanted to check. Check this one thing. So this Fabrizio Romano comes out and says it's clear what Enzo Fernandez did wasn't right. That's why he wasn't in the team. I'm happy to announce from tomorrow I'll see Enzo in training. He is our player. We need him. Now Enzo can focus on Benfica football game. So they're basically what they're trying. Listen, the narrative is they're trying to say that we've just tapped him up, we've made his head turn, and he's crying because he wants to come to Chelsea. But yet they're saying we bid the release clause, but they want the release clause. They're holding out for the release clause. They will sell Enzo Fernandez if the release clause is met. Do we even know if we put a bid in? Do we even know? No. No one knows, man. So Fabrizio's covering it up for Benfica now. I think Benfica are using Fabrizio Romano, bruv. That's what I think. That's what I think. Listen, Haaland got pocketed by Thiago Silva, but that's understandable. Haaland's still very young. Haaland's a quality player, bruv. I wanted him all day long at Chelsea. You know, you look at the difference in him, his movement. Let me explain something. His movement, the way he plays, is the movement's elite for a big guy. To score the goals, he anticipates all the time. He sniffs out the space in the play. He expects the ball to come in certain place, and he'll take his chances. Clinical. That just tells you how elite Thiago Silva's movement is, because he didn't get a sniff. He didn't get a sniff. And like I say to everyone, yeah, every single one of you guys, literally, he's in the pocket of Thiago, mate. Thiago's pocket's right here. That's where Haaland is, mate. Tells you everything you need to know about a 38-year-old Brazilian generational player, and he's at Chelsea. Yeah, he only got one very hard chance, really, and that was it, guys. That was it. You know, he didn't take it. I thought conceding our goal was very weak, a bit poor, lack of concentration, a lack of command. But it is what it is. We're not. Our confidence is very low. We ain't got consistency. We've got a lot of issues in our team. And it feels like now we've brought Potter in, everything's getting exposed even more. Whereas I think Tuchel was just so elite that he could pave over all these issues, and you'd only see a small margin of the major problems. We all knew the problems were there, but Tuchel knew how to problem solve and cover it up, and that's why he's such an elite gaffer. So imagine if he had his own players, what it'd be like. Now Potter's got to just basically restructure, re-gut out, and I get that. I'm all for that. But it takes time. We're not used to this. But right now, as long as we're in the Premier League, because it looks like we're going further and further down to relegation, I don't believe we're getting relegated. Let's have it right. And I think once we get our at least 60% of those 10 injured players back, we might have a chance to creep up. But right now, I don't believe we'd be in this position if we had, Kante, Reece James, the Fofana back. Mason Mount, obviously, he's missed one game at the minute, or he's missed a couple, I think. And then you got Sterling's out now. You got Pulisic, who's had a good run, but he's out. So, if we can get players back in, so we've got more options, then. But I don't know. It's a shit show, guys. It really is a shit show. Why don't we play that young Datro Fofana as well? Let's just bed him in and throw him in there. And what's this I'm hearing about Sunsat Bell leaving or wants to leave? Why are we letting go of this is what I'm saying. We're buying all this talent. We got Cobham talent already. This kid's a fucking good striker. Very good striker. High hopes for this kid. He might go to City. I mean, what's that all about? If he wants to go, then fuck it. Go. Do you know what I mean? But I don't understand it. Listen, the way we're going, we might as well play youngsters with the as much experience as we've got. I rate Colwell, but I always said Colwell had to be bed in. Colwell can't just be thrown at Chelsea level. But the way things are going now, we might as well have kept him and he probably would play more minutes. But again, the ball didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know what they were doing. I don't know. Fofana's got ability. We know that. He's thought of sort of very highly. He's had some bad injuries. Are you talking about the French Fofana? Or are you talking Datro Fofana? If you're talking Datro Fofana, I like him. But I also think Fofana, our defender, will be good as well. But we just need him fit, mate. Wesley, yeah. No, I do. I rate Wesley. I do. I just think like 75 million is a lot of money. A lot of money for him. But big up Foxy FC, says big up Johnny, up the Minerals FC, R.I.P. Vialli. Big up to you, geezer. Big up to you. Big up to all you guys in here. Every single one of you. Hit that like button. All that jazz. Big up to all you guys. See what you're saying. Get in the chat, people, anyway. See what's going on here. So that's what they came out with just now. That was Fabrizio, wasn't it? Guys, like I say to you, if you're new in here, if you ain't, you should go on my Twitter, Minerals FC, got Instagram, Minerals FC, go and check it out. Got TikTok, Minerals FC everywhere, mate, everywhere. This signer, Marquinhos, I know Tuchel wanted this player. 100% he would have wanted Marquinhos. And he says, I'm hopeful, confident on new deal to be signed soon. Talks are progressing very well. I'm happy here. I feel at home here. Listen, you're a long way from it. Why are you staying there, man? Go and test yourself in another league. Same old crap. Same old crap. Listen, there's a lot of twists and turns, guys. Let's see what's going to happen, guys. Yes, it's a very good point. Do you find it odd that no other big club is seemingly pursuing Enzo? It's true. And I think this is what I'm saying, like Benfica and these brown envelopes, like a Fabrizio, are trying to engineer interest, trying to orchestrate a bidding war because they know the buyout clause is too much money. If there's only one club going in for that player and that player wants to leave, that puts the buying club in a lot of power. But like I say to you, it's the same thing with Kunde when we were under with Marine and Roman. A buyout clause is a buyout clause. That's it. You got to pay it. But why can't you pay it in installments? Because they got to pay River Plate. This is the issue. You've got another club involved. It's always sticky like that. It's complicated. Well, this is another thing, Arfav. How do we know? It's the brown envelopes that told us that he wants to come to Chelsea. That's all we know. We only know what they told us. Do we believe anything they say? Absolutely not. I don't believe it. Proof's in the pudding. He ain't coming. As it stands, he ain't coming. There's no done deal. There's no agreed fee. Here's what it is, guys. Here's what it is. But let's have it right. 2 hours. Minerals landed. I want you guys. You lacked your minerals in the last stream. I didn't see many comments down below. Land your comments at the end of the stream. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit your notifications. Minerals FC membership as well, guys. Look, we landed it here. We have to go with it, guys. We have to go with it. Let's back our team. Let's back this gaffer. We have to back this gaffer. And we just, like I say, what we saw at Manchester City, against Manchester City, when the Cobham boys came on, is what I want to see more often. But I understand the difficulties as well. It's hard, guys. There's so many things involved. It's not just like I said on my couple of streams ago, it's not just the gaffer, it's not just the players, it's not just the owners. It's all of these things. It's a collection of things. And this is a problem. It's too many issues. But I believe FA Cup, you never know. We can have a chance. We can have a chance. You know what I mean? We can have a chance. But guys, let's have it right. I'm going to wrap it up. Big up to every single one of you in here supporting this channel. Being part of the Minerals FC. Let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up Minerals FC. Stay well. Keep winning as always. Ignore the wrongings. And like I say, I'll be bringing out stuff, great quality stuff as always, and keep continuing with that and giving you my thoughts. But like I say, please put your comments down below at the end of the stream, and I'll get back to you. I've been replying to a few of you on my previous stream, so just do it, guys. And if you ain't seen my last few 3-4 streams, go back and comment and watch that. Yeah, and also great point, Bobby Ferry. The medical department, crying out loud, shocking. Our players are dropping like flies. But listen, guys, I'm not going to do my outro for this stream. My outro is going to be Luca Vialli. So, guys, like I say, put all your comments to Luca Vialli, all your hearts, or whatever it is. I'm going to leave it on for just 1 minute for Luca. Big up to every single one of you up in here and supporting the channel. Up the Chelsea, up Minerals FC. Rest in peace, Luca Vialli. Let's have it right, guys. See you soon.